in as much as it's all well and good to find crystals that are pretty, I just love mechanical weathering and the way that different stones break down. It's a really unusually low tide in our hiking spot. And as you can see from other films, it's changed dramatically. It's just one big layer. And the typical findings underneath this, about 5 or 10 feet down, buried in the sand, are the stuff that we had 3, 4, or 5 months ago. It was just brilliant, mineral collecting. But right now, I found a couple specimens. I'm really stoked. And they seem to have a specific gravity. So when you find certain types of mineral specimens, you'll find them usually grouped together. But I just wanted to point out some of the mechanical weathering. So just some really different types of stone. I know you guys know your rocks, so you can decide if it's sandstone or gray wacka or schist or shale or granitic schistose. There's, 20 or 30 different types of amazing sedimentary rock here, including some Kimmeridgian style sandstones, which I find fascinating. Very ancient, pre-Jurassic, so Triassic, and 60 million year old sandstone is really a treat because it's so finely grained. So you guys will recognize them when I come across them. But let's just look at some of these rocks. There's 40 feet of highly compressed mudstone, and these bulges are being held back by the plants. Look at all the stones up there. You see, and when those fall, they break down into this amazing variety of mineral and gem bearing rocks. It's just crazy. There's been a fall right over there, and that's pretty recent, so we're going to walk over there and check out some of those dry pieces. Just imagine the pressure involved. And these are proper sandstone blocks. They look like something you could turn into bricks to build a really nice stone house. Oh, cool. So this is a California variety of what's known as an air fern, and it's just a beautiful example of greenery. These survive off of early morning fog and dew, and it runs down the branches and right down into the broken rock. So this is a advanced form of lichen, actually. Air ferns, these ancient ones, I wish I knew the name, but I will be looking that one up. How cool. So I tend to tread really lightly around here. Even though it just looks like broken rocks, it's actually a really sensitive microenvironment. And it has 4 or 5 really unusual insects that are like cockroaches, but they're not. They're like sea roaches. They look more like 12-legged woodlouse, and they're semi-translucent dark green, and they skitter about. They tend to look for cool, darker areas, so they'll be digging their way down. The rocks can get quite hot when the sun comes out right now. It gets about 85 down here. You get a good tan, that's for sure. There's some really beautiful things. I mean, I find that sandstones and mudstones reveal these unbelievably unique fractal patterns that you would never otherwise imagine unless you see them. Look at that. This is really interesting. So you see there's a fossil in this one. It looks like a smashed fossil clam with its tongue sticking out. Isn't that beautiful? It's tiny. That's really beautiful. And I know that some careful person who enjoys rocks and geology and fossils and earth history will see that. Well, this has been a really cool 10 minutes of exploring around some of Southern California sandstone. That's a nice little slide there. I'm wearing my boots. Boy, these rocks really like to slide. Right. I'm going to start looking for unusual minerals. It's been a pleasure. You guys have a beautiful day. Keep looking at the skies.